All right, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house and welcome back to the channel. I've got a surgical operation for you guys over here. There's the GX680 Mark III on the surgical table because we're gonna do a little bit of a switcheroo. We're gonna install rails and a long bellow, and I'm gonna show you how to do it because probably you want to reduce the minimum focusing distance that this beast has, because you can take advantage of that. You can use something like this, you know, like a angle finder, and be able, instead of the regular waist level, you can reduce the focusing distance, and that's awesome because it's gonna allow you to focus closer, so increase the magnification ratio, get closer to people, to objects, but in order to do so you need to buy a couple of accessories. One is the extension rail by 80 millimeters or 40 millimeters is the choice you have, and a long bellow, and I'm gonna show you how to mount these two guys onto the camera. So pretty simple stuff. Remove the hood because you want to operate a little bit freely, and I also like to remove the lens, which, by the way, this is the GX180. It's a phenomenal lens for portrait, and here you have your little guy. You see, it's not that big. If you remove the back, if you remove everything, it's not that big. You see in the front here, you have all the mechanism that you have to remove, and these are the two screws that they just unscrew like that. Very simple. So these you don't need anymore because you have to use the longer ones, which are provided with the extension rails. This is a part that just comes out. It's metal here and kind of polycarbonate right over there, held together with some screws. Very well done. So here you're going to install these two guys, and they come with some instructions, because, by the way, when you do this kind of operation, you need to keep in mind some exposure compensation. And here is the table. You can take a screenshot, you can freeze the frame and check all the measurements that you need to do, and that you're gonna get once you install the rails. And on this side, really important, you have the formula, which is basically like the number you need to use is the it's this one, FE, which is the aperture that is effective, so the one that you have to use, and the F number is the aperture that you found on your light meter. That has to be multiplied by the magnification scale, the reproduction scale, +1. So there's a little example. If you reduce the subject from 20 to 5 centimeters, because you're not getting to 1:1 in this case, you have 16 aperture measured. It means you have to multiply that by 5 divided by 20 +1, which is F20, which means that your image is 2/3 of a stop darker, so you need to shoot with that same speed at f11 and 1/3 of a stop. So that's how it works. Here you have a little diagram, so keep in mind this detail because you don't want to underexpose anything. Couple rails over here in the bags. So these two rails are different. They're not the same, because as you can see, one has a one is smooth and the other one is not. So you know that this guy just goes over here like so, just screws in. But hold on, before doing that, don't do this. You gotta also put this one right over here, and then you can align the dovetail for the front like that, and just screw it in as you hold it together with one hand, just not too tight right away. And this one goes all the way in now. And now you can just tighten them very, very nicely. There you go. So this is pretty solid, as you can see. So now the camera has the option to go over. You see the railings over here. There's a little, you kind of feel it. It's not extremely smooth. There's a little step to it. So I'm wondering if I can maybe just move it a little bit up. Yeah, still a little bit of a little jump. But the problem is that with the regular bellow, you can't extend it past this. You see, there's much more left. There's those 8 centimeters that you truly want. And you need it to reduce the focusing distance. So what are you going to do? There's 2 steps you have to follow. One is this one on the back. You have to, you see this knob over here, just push it up and it's going to release the back of the bellows. So from the back, you just, this comes out like this, and then you just slide it out because there's a retainer on this side. Now, next step is on this side. You can leave it, it's fine. The next step is on this side over here. There is this lever over here. So, which is, this lever over here, which is now out, usually is in like in this position. You just pull it out, and there's this part over here, that you have to pull it up, okay, with this little lever, which then releases the whole bellow, like so. And then this guy, just, you can put it aside. So now you got the front element that, you know, can get to this point, which is pretty far, and that's why you need a second bellow that is gonna be over here. There's no instructions in the box, but it's okay. So the orientation, you need to check for Fujifilm Japan, right over here, engraved, and this goes to the back. And then this bellow, boom, look at this, is going to be extended all the way up to here. So in order to do that, you can start from the back, all right? So you see now this is in this position and just has to go down and lock in place. But first you have to go inside. Let me see if I can show you. Inside this little hinge kind of thing. So I hope you can see it from this spot. So remember, Fuji photo film goes right over here, so the lower position. So you just insert this, snugly fit, and then right over here you can see maybe better. So right over here you can just push like this corner and that corner right up against, and you feel there's a little click. So it just goes down, and then with this knob over here, you just put it down and locks in place. And you can try and see that the bellow is locked on the back. Now you can just retract a little bit the front element. And as you can see from this side, you have 2 hinges kind of on the left side, and the mechanism that releases and locks on the right. So, like as you did before, you can just angle like this, slide it inside, on top and on the bottom. Make sure, here you go, make sure it's securely in, and then you press it onto this side, like you did before, 1 and 2. You're gonna feel a little click kind of thing, and then you just push down this lever that I just blocked, but I'm gonna show it to you. So this lever here, this one on top is actually a lock, and you lock it down like this, so this cannot be released anymore. Beautifully done, beautiful mechanism indeed. So then next, you're pretty much done. You just need to mount your lens of choice. 180 f3.2 is gonna do the trick, and you can see now that the lens can extend all the way. So you have extra 80 millimeter of extension to get your focus much closer. Especially for the 300 millimeter, it's a beauty to be able to get closer with the 300. With the 180 also, of course, and the 125 that I have, again, gorgeous ability of this camera, and but mainly is for the 300 because the minimum focusing distance is kind of too big for my taste, and it's not really usable for people. And this actually makes it much better. One downside I would say is that you're gonna increase even more like the footprint of your camera. This is a big camera already, and if you extend it like another 80 millimeter, yeah, you see what I'm talking about. Just to give you an idea, this is a Sony RX1. Look at this. I mean, it's pretty much the size of the extension we added, so it becomes very bulky and very long. So keep that in mind. If you are packing this thing, you're gonna pick well your backpack at least, or your case, or your trolley, something, because yeah, this bad boy occupies quite some space. So there you have it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned.